All right, so today we're doing a deep dive into the birth of Jesus.
The birth of Jesus.
Yeah, but specifically from the Gospel of Matthew.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, I think everyone, no matter what you believe, like most people, they know the story.
Yeah.
Like a very surface level version.
Of course.
So we're going to go deeper
Mm-hmm.
and look at it from all the different sides and kind of see, like, what's really going on here.
I think it's important to realize, like, how scandalous this whole situation would have been back then.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we're talking about first century Palestine.
Right.
And, like, a woman's reputation, that was everything.
Everything.
And so for Mary to be pregnant before they were married, like officially living together,
Huge problem.
it would have been a scandal.
Yeah.
Big time.
And could have had some very serious consequences.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, possibly even legal repercussions.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Joseph for a sec.
Okay.
He's described in the text as righteous. And in that time, that meant that he followed Jewish law very closely.
Yeah, to the letter.
Yeah, so how does a righteous man deal with this?
Right. Well, it's interesting because he's described as just as well as righteous,
Right.
which means he desired fairness, mercy. So he's caught between a rock and a hard place, right? He could have publicly accused her,
Yeah.
and that could have led to her being stoned to death even.
Wow.
Yeah. But he decides on a quiet divorce
Right.
to protect her.
Right. It shows how much he cares.
It does. It really does.
But then things get really interesting.
Yeah, they do.
An angel appears to Joseph in a dream. And, you know, dreams were seen back then as messages from God.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think the significance of this, like, divine intervention is?
It's a turning point for the whole story.
Yeah.
The angel reveals that Mary's pregnancy is actually through the Holy Spirit, which is, you know, a pretty central concept to Christian theology.
Right.
The Holy Spirit, as it's understood here, is like the power of God.
Yeah.
At work.
It completely changes his perspective on the whole situation.
Completely.
So it's not just a dream.
Yeah.
It's a message that reframes everything.
Reframes everything. And it comes with instructions, too.
Right.
Yeah. Like the angel tells Joseph to name the child Jesus,
Okay.
which means Yahweh saves.
Ah.
It basically signifies the kid's destiny to save his people from their sins.
It's kind of wild how that name, like Jesus, has become like what Christianity is all about.
Yeah. I mean, you think about
It's very powerful.
Very powerful, yeah.
And you know, it doesn't stop there with the names, does it?
The names.
The significance of names.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. The angel also tells Joseph that this whole thing is fulfilling the prophecy from Isaiah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, who predicted that a virgin would give birth.
Right.
And they would name the child Emmanuel.
Wow.
Which means God is with us.
Okay, yeah.
So you see how it kind of like links to that ancient prophecy, right? Adds another layer to the story. Establishes his divine purpose.
It really is like it all just like fits perfectly together.
Yeah.
You know, but what I find really interesting is Joseph's response.
Yeah.
He wakes up and immediately does what he was told.
No questions asked. Just like that.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's a huge testament to his faith.
Okay.
He puts aside all his doubts, all his fears.
Yeah.
And just trusts what he's heard.
Right.
Like complete obedience, which is a key theme running through this whole narrative.
Yeah. And then that leads to the birth of Jesus, which
Mm-hmm.
seems like a simple ending.
Yeah. But it's really just the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not just a birth story. It brings up all these big questions about family, obedience, prophecy.
Right.
I mean, it's one of the most important parts of the Christian faith.
Right.
Shaped how people think about morality and faith for centuries. How do you think this story, you know, being passed down and down has changed how we think about all of that?
Wow, that's a really good question, like, for everyone to think about.
Mm-hmm.
It is really amazing how these old stories still connect with us today. And, hey, if you enjoy this deep dive into the birth of Jesus, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Goodbye.